All right. So we are going to be starting. I'm just going to give a few minutes to those who are joining. Thank you, everyone who came on time. I see more people are joining. Nick, Max, welcome. Let us know where you're joining from. And tonight we're going to spend about 45 minutes or an hour together. And I'm very excited about learning something new together with you for the last few days. I had different experts, and each of them were sharing about their knowledge in different parts of machine engineering course, which we created and put together for you. And so I hope this would give you a bigger picture of what it is to be machine learning engineer about this career path. And I'd like to know who was with us maybe yesterday or the day before yesterday. Put it in the chat. I would like to hear where you're joining from. And if this is your first night with us, welcome as well. I see Ram just joined. Suhas, please forgive me if I didn't pronounce your name correctly, but welcome everybody. I hope you will have a great time with us and learn something new. And I have Lena with me, who will be our expert tonight. And she will be sharing more knowledge with you about machine learning engineering career. And she is a machine learning engineer as well. So this is what makes it different. Each of our instructors, they don't just have a knowledge about the industry, but they actually work in the industry. And that's very important because with technologies and industry developing, you have to have a knowledge about the latest tools which are being used on the market. And because things are changing so rapidly, you have to be ready to have a knowledge of the latest tools on the market. Max is from New York City. Awesome. So it's about 10 p.m. there, right? Eastern time zone. Welcome. Thank you for spending this evening, this Friday evening, actually, on learning a new skill set and possibly creating a dream career in this IT field. So welcome, Max, and everyone else who joined. So I think we do have, I see by names, we do have new people who join us and who wasn't with us yesterday. I am recording this presentation if you want to share with someone or if you will miss something, during this time, then we will provide the recording. I'd like to encourage you to keep your questions till the end. Take some good notes and we'll have time to answer them. For everyone who joined, we are preparing a special offer for those who joined this webinar. So stay with us till the end so you wouldn't miss it. Tonight is the last night of our training and free classes, so which we already had 4 of them. So if you want to watch the recording on one of them, please request it through the email you received with invitation. So for everyone who just joined, welcome. And for everyone who is new, I'll just share a short overview about our company. So you would have an idea who we are. This is not our first time on the market. So our company called Black Screen AI, and the project was founded in California in 2016. Originally, it was created for people who didn't even speak English, so we had programs in different languages, and all our students were able to find jobs in US and became successful in IT career field. So since 2016, we did had over 3,500 graduates who work right now in different American companies in different states. And worldwide, we have over 25,000 online students. And originally, our company, we had like meetups, we would rent office space, and we would have students with us, from California only. But after COVID, we were able to expand and allow more students to join us from different states. And so I'm always excited to see people joining from different parts of the world in US. And I want to say welcome. So stay tuned and learn more about us. So since then, over 3,500 students found the job, and if you want to check our reviews, so we do have a YouTube channel. So originally the company called PASS, and we also launch the English speakers program, and we call it Black Screen AI. So you're more than welcome to check the reviews. All those stories there inspiring me, and those are real people who made a decision to change their career, learn it, get a skill set, and now they're successful in different parts of IT industry. So if you're more than welcome to check our reviews. And our graduates, they've been hired by multiple companies, you name it. Right now with the technologies and everything, all these companies, they are hiring professionals who have a skill set in IT industry. And tonight we're going to be talking about machine learning engineering, the industry which is blooming. And I always love bringing statistics, because I'm a number person. I spent a few years in school, over 8 of them. And so the global machine learning market was sized at 843 billion in 2021. 2022, I checked, it was close to $20 billion. And so it's still expected to grow over 38.8% a year. So by 2030, the market is projected to reach over 209 billion. What a great opportunity to seize it. And the market is blooming, exploding. So don't miss the opportunity. And tonight we're going to be talking about how to get into this career, how to get the skill set, and be prepared for this blooming industry where you can monetize and create your dream career. So this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. Few more numbers. 76% of companies, they prioritize AI and machine learning over other IT initiatives. And our webinar tonight is dedicated to AI and machine learning engineering. We'll be talking about it. 47% of digital immature organizations have a defined AI and machine learning strategy in place. 64% of businesses, they report using machine learning in some form, and with the highest adoption rates in the tech, finance, and healthcare sectors. I mean, name the industry, they all need IT specialists and machine learning engineers, those who have a knowledge of AI. And since the industry is exploding and blooming, you have to have a knowledge, otherwise you will get behind. And then if a challenge like COVID or inflation happens, you did not take this opportunity and you missed it. So our goal today is to give you an overview of it, see if it's a great fit for your future, and help you not to miss this great opportunity. And so tonight's webinar, we call it Introduction to Artificial Intelligence. And we're going to take you to the journey of understanding the basics of AI. And I have an expert, Lena, with me today, who works as a machine learning engineer, and she also has a lot of experience. And so I'm excited to learn with you. So please take notes, pay attention. She'll be sharing with us some golden nuggets about this industry. How to not miss it. So, Lena, welcome. I want to thank you for spending this evening with us, this Friday evening, and everyone who just joined us, because I can see in chat more people are joining. What time is it over, Zach? So we're going to spend about 45, 50 minutes together. So we'll try to make it sweet and short. And I hope you learned something new. So welcome. And I'm going to let Lena continue. And if you have any questions, keep them till the end. And then if you stay till the end, we did prepare this special offer for you. So Lena, welcome. Take it from here. And I'm very excited about what you're going to share with us tonight.
Thank you, Julia. First of all, I really want to thank you to our Black Screen AI team and Julia for having me here as a speaker and giving me opportunity to share more about my work experience and my thoughts in this ML domain. So truly appreciate this opportunity. And
Thank you
hi,
for being
everyone.
with us.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you. And welcome and hello to everyone who is here. Hopefully, maybe within like next 15 or 20 minutes, I should be able to deliver my own understanding about this ML field and some of my cool work experiences I had, and probably sharing some of my knowledge and passion with you. So, hope to see you till the end. So, okay, Okay. Um, okay. A little bit more about me is I'm just a normal person like everyone here. I did my master's in mathematical finance from the Rutgers University. Here I want to highlight one point is like earlier I used to think is like machine learning is some kind of black box. Like everyone is thinking in that way right now. And you give some data as an input and you get some numbers as an output, and that's it. But when I went through amazing coursework, some cool brainstorming sessions with professors' officers, I realized that machine learning is not some kind of black box. It's just simple mathematical models. It's just simple linear algebra and probability. And if you could think how data could flow through all these different models, and if you could think about their actual different ways of solving the problem, you can address any business problem. And the beauty of machine learning field is it's just uncertainty. I mean, you name any business raw statement. I mean, hey, what will be the profit of AT&T in next 5 years? Hey, what should be our weather look like after like 10 days? So it's just rough problem statement. And then you use data as your main source to predict what the things will look like. So I kind of find myself enjoying that journey. So that keep me pursuing my career as a machine learning engineer. So that's a little bit about me. Let's dive deeper into the today's content. So I kept it very like sweet and simple. First of all, we'll go with the overview of an AI build. Is like what is AI? What is machine learning? What is Gen AI? How they are interlinked with each other. Then understanding data is like what are different formats of data which everyone is gonna use and how we could use them more efficiently using these tools. Then the more specific about what is exactly machine learning, deep learning, generative AI. And the most frequently asked question I found even amongst my friends is what are the differences between different data science jobs? I mean, what who are data engineers, who are data analysts, who are data scientists, who are machine learning engineer or AI engineer, and what do they contribute? And what are the skills which they need to be uh, to complete their jobs there, or how does the industry look towards these job titles, and what are the requirements? So I try to have a good case study which should be able to help us to go through all the differences between all these different jobs. And then lastly, what are the different applications of AI? We all know we could use AI to almost every day-to-day activity of our life, but how we could use it, what are its advantages, what are the risks and challenges, and then how a future with AI might look like. So that's the overall content. So let's quickly start with this a small figure here. I think it's small, but it gives the overall overview of the AI field as of now. So what is AI? So artificial intelligence, in a rough way, in a simple way, we can say is like anything which needs human intelligence. So if we could automate any task which has human intelligence involved in it, can be described as an artificial intelligence. But uh, then what is machine learning? So machine learning is mainly associated with data. So extracting, my professor told us once, it's like, if you want to know the exact meaning of machine learning in a simple way is like you have a lot of data sets with you, you have every kind of data with you, then extracting knowledge from that data is called as or is referred as machine learning. So machine learning is it's just in a simple ways is like we use some mathematical models, a logical approach to understand whatever data we have and what it actually means. So that's more about machine learning. We definitely have a lot of traditional machine learning techniques which are more math centric, but there are some restrictions with this machine learning techniques. It's like we were able to deal with only fewer kinds of data sets. So what if I have images? What if I have long text? So it was mathematically not possible for each model to understand them to a level where we wanted. So that gave the era of deep learning, which is started with the neural networks. So we can say is like machine learning is subset of artificial intelligence. I mean, it's a part of AI field. And neural network is also a subset of machine learning, which is more focused on specific types of data, which we try to make sense of those data. And then latest, we are all hearing about ChatGPT or GenAI models. So those are again a subpart of this neural network. So we'll go more into the how GenAI came into the existence. So this is the overall picture of the data science domain as of now. Um, so let's try to understand AI, ML, and GenAI in deeper way. I earlier I explained it. What is AI is like anything which involves automating a task of human intelligence could be referred as artificial intelligence. Machine learning is we try to extract the knowledge from the data. So we will refer that algorithms associated with that extraction as a machine learning algorithm. And then generative AI is mostly focused on creating new content. Its name itself depicts that it's generative AI. So we want, a special thing about humans is like we learn a lot. With practice, we can learn any new skill, but we also have some creativity associated with it. So generative AI is kind of a brain similar like us, not in all the potentials which a human brain has, but it gives you some extent of potential that you can have. You can understand all the generative AI models could understand all the data. They could learn their interpretations by themselves, like how we humans do, and they can generate a response which is more creative in a way. So that makes this generative AI field a more curious and I think this is the era. They say the software engineering was 1.0 era. Have you, I think in the recent talks with the NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, he said that software engineering, like in early 2000s, software engineering was say 1.0 version. Then we had machine learning, which will be referred as 2.0 version. And everyone, like since last year, we are all going into the 3.0 version, which is referred as generative AI. So let's move ahead with what is AI. So um, we roughly understand what AI is. It's like simulation of the human intelligence in machines that are designed to think and act like humans, but they are not humans yet. So, what are the tasks which AI will help us to do? How they can resemble with the human intelligence task? So, some of those tasks involves learning. So we learn from the data. Then it's a reasoning. We as a humans, we have our own logical reasoning. So even machines, these algorithms, when trained on huge data, they try to understand what that data actually means, or the reasoning in a logical interpretation, in a logical mapping of their relations. So we use like machine learning. AI is mostly um, involved in like the task which primarily we want is like learning, reasoning, problem solving, and definitely at some point we have to make some decisions. So if we are sitting in a say Tesla, so we wanted to make a decision where it should overtake a car or should not overtake a car. So all those decisions are based upon the real-time data. So decision making is one of the important application. Even we can see it in robotics, is like it's one of the important application of AI. And definitely with more data, AI can adapt and improve it from its own experience. So as I discussed earlier, the key components of AI field was like machine learning, deep learning, NLP, natural language processing is a field which is a part of machine learning, where it is more focused on understanding text as a text data as an input. So this you can just refer it as it is more related with the human language. If I have having English to French translator or French to say like German translator. We could do that thing using natural language processing. So next, I will like to highlight some point about uh, the importance of data. So, like as humans, we are trained from our childhood, and we also take different experiences. We try to analyze those experiences in our brain and put some weightage and learn automatically. It's like this is a good thing to be done. This is a bad thing. We should not do these things, or how we should make projections, or how we should logically analyze those things and then have its mapping in our brain. So similar way, for any machine learning or AI algorithms, the important key factor, its input, is data. So data, let's understand what kind of data set which we usually came into contact. So say the numerical data is like it itself suggests that numerical data is like maybe somebody's age, somebody's yeah. Numerical data may be some profit numbers, some stock market prices. So all those things comes under numerical data. Then we do have a categorical data. So imagine like we have a rough Excel sheet where say we have the details of any employees. That is our data set which we have of for a particular company. So it definitely has the age as a numerical data or their salary as a numerical data, but they do have some columns which involves um, what is the gender of that person, then where do that person lives. So these are all categorical data, which is like characters. So we do have images, text, audio, video. So these are 5 different formats of data. Understanding them is very important because uh, the limitations why we went from designing neural network architecture because uh, because some of these data sets were supported by traditional machine learning algorithms, but there were a need that we need to have the algorithms which will support all kinds of data sets. So that led to the scientists to do the discoveries. These are the commonly data which we could find in our like any projects or any work. So let's move and understand the machine learning and some of its types. So as I mentioned earlier, is like machine learning is extracting knowledge from the data. But depending upon the data, there are different types of machine learning. So the first one is supervised learning. You may have heard it multiple times. So the supervised learning is based upon training the models based upon the labeled data. So what is a labeled data and what is unlabeled data? So imagine like you have some images. Say you have images of dog and cat, and you have a label for that particular image. Or if you have a label, say this is Apple stock prices. So I have Apple as a label with all its stock prices, like start like closing price, then like percentage changes. So I have a data set and it is labeled because I have particular value associated with that data. So I would say that's a labeled data. But there are some data which doesn't which is not categorized well. So say if we have images which are not properly categorized as dog or cat in this example, so we will call that as an unlabeled data. So how there are different algorithms because based upon the data, how we could know the relation of that data, how they are related, what they are exactly trying to tell us. So based upon these labeled and unlabeled data, we have different logical ways how we could understand them. So that's why we have different models. Some are called as supervised learning, some are called as unsupervised learning based upon these inputs. That's why we have different models there. So third one is reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning is like us, is like we learn from trial and errors. So similar way, we do have some models where we if we are asking model to say give us some output or generate some output. But if that output is wrong, we give some penalty to it that is called, and then we ask it to again regenerate it. So that is in a way is like we arrange its weights to with feedback, and then it tries to learn by itself. So that is reinforcement learning. As I mentioned earlier, neural network is the base of deep learning. So whenever someone asks you, what's the difference between machine learning and deep learning? We can definitely say one thing is like deep learning is a subset of machine learning, but the origin of deep learning is the main architecture involved in it is neural networks. Similarly, like we have in our brain, we have like neurons which are connected with each other, and that's how our brain tries to communicate all information from all our senses, like all our body parts, to the brain, and then make some decisions, and then we react and do the things. So the similar understanding about our own brain, these architectures are developed with the similar hypotheses. Like we had neural network architectures which tries to understand all kinds of data set, whether it's text, whether it's image, whether it's numerical data, whether it's categorical data. So we can understand all these data set using neural networks. And there is one another keyword which you may find most frequently in machine learning, which is feature engineering. So the more about feature engineering is like whenever we have any data set with us, we say I have the data set of all the employees of a particular company. So there must be some like there will be some rows where there will be some missing values in it. So we need our data is not always clean. So whenever we refer to a clean data, which refers to like I have all the columns, all the rows properly filled with the proper values. But if I have some missing values here and there, then I have to make decision whether should I keep that entry there, or should I just remove it, or should I just add some random things there or mean value there. So all those decisions are made, which are called as which are a part of a feature engineering, which is the major work of a data engineers. So we need to give our data set as an input to any model to be able to train it. But to give that data, we need to make sure that data is properly cleaned and it has all the rows and columns filled properly so that we could use it for our prediction purposes. So these are some of the concepts which we may usually see in machine learning. Then as a deep learning, as like I mentioned earlier, is like there were some restrictions to traditional machine learning techniques. So that gave us the so our machine learning techniques were traditional machine learning techniques were performing really good with categorical and numerical data. But when it came to a data type, which is like text or audio or video or say images, then how can we construct a mathematical model which will understand those things? So then came the origin of neural networks, which became the main basis of deep learning. So we were able to make different neural network architecture based upon these different formats of data sets. So we have CNN for images, we have LSTM-RNN for text processing, sequential modeling for text processing. So these are all the deep learning models, which the main purpose of them is we need to understand what is that image or what that particular text is, or understanding the stock prices market prediction in more better way rather than traditional machine learning techniques. So these are just the enhancements over previous models, like cons, we can say. And okay, then let's try to understand how this generative AI came into the picture, and when did it started? What was the need of that generative AI, and what are its capacities? What is the reason behind it, or and then how we could use it? So let's go back to the as we walked our journey from AI, then machine learning, traditional machine learning techniques, then need of deep learning. Neural network architecture. So we had one of the neural network architecture, which is like generative adversarial networks. So these are the GANs which are discovered in 2020, in 2020, 40, like just 10 years ago. But the interesting discovery of the probably early 20s is like the discovery of transformers architecture. So I want to give some little bit background about this transformers architecture, why it was needed. So imagine that we had a deep learning model, which is sequential models. They were trying to understand, say, like paragraphs of text data. So whenever that model was learning each word sequentially. So one by one, it was trying to learn what that actually word means. But for say 5 lines, it was giving us a fine reasoning. But when there were say like 100 lines, then there was a drawback of a model that when it was trying to understand first line, say after 28th line for 20, when it was trying to understand 21st the words on the 21st line, it was trying to forget what it learned in the first line because of the drawback of its architecture, the way it is sequential modeling. So definitely that gave us a drawback that we cannot process like bunches of documents, say hundreds of pages, and within like limited time. So that was a drawback of sequential models. So the smart minds from Google and University of Toronto, they discovered a transformers architecture. Like we have all heard about the Transformer movie. Similarly, this transformers architecture became the key of generative AI modeling. So because of this architecture, we are able to now understand all different kinds, say like hundreds of pages of text data or more than that. Um, because of this architecture, we are able to do the parallel processing. We don't have to go just sequentially, we could do the parallel processing. Second, they had the encoder decoder architecture. So just a basic overview is like what encoder decoder architecture is you can give any format of data as an input to it, like maybe anything in the five data set. You can give text as an input and you can ask image as an output, or you can give image as an input, you can ask audio as an output, or 3D video or 2D image as an output. So, or you can give any kind of data. It tries to understand it in its own latent space, and then it can decode anything from there. So this is the encoder decoder architecture was the base for um, language translator models, where you are trying to give your input in English language. It tries to understand it in some domain, like in some floating point numbers, and then whenever you ask its French translation, it can easily give you the French translation because of the way it is trained. So we had this, and it's self-attention mechanism. So they say attention is all you need, is like how our brain works. The similar mechanism they had in the transformers architecture is like whenever we our brain is constantly taking all kinds of data, I mean, all from all its different body parts, but it automatically knows how much weight it should put to any particular data which is coming into like our brain. So that is the attention mechanism. So these scientists discovered the similar way of mathematical way that how we could have that attention mechanism in the architecture. So these three are the important aspects of transformer architecture, which made our generative AI capabilities now we can explore them. We can give text as an input. We can have images, videos, whatever we want as an output. So everything was possible because of this transformers architecture. So this is the key. Then we had like OpenAI's ChatGPT in November 2022. So we can see like we can have our own personal assistant. We can ask any question, and that model is able like the interface is able to give you the answers even to all kinds of your math, physics, um, any personal, like ethical, everything is possible because of it. So um, now, after that, we had large language models. So, which is large language models are nothing but the transformers architecture, like transformers model, but they are trained for specific data or for specific use cases. So these are different models which we are using right now, which is like Llama, Palm 2, like it's open for us, and everyone who are designing new generative AI applications, these are all based upon these models, these large language models. And this is the fun here, is like we have a brain with us. Now it's up to us how we want to navigate it, how we want to use that brain as a personal friend, personal assistant, or we can ask it to do any of our tasks. So everyone is now in the industry is trying to explore how we could use that brain for any task which we can do. So it will ease our work. So um, let's see, I think we are in the amazing technical evolution, and it's fun to see where we will be. The Gen AI capabilities will be new normal for us. The way we have like machine learning or software engineers is a new normal. So it's gonna be fun. Let's move to understand the data science jobs. So I mentioned earlier, it's like we all know the difference between software engineer. I just explained. I think I'll soon explain the differences between what's a data analyst, data engineer, and machine learning engineer. But this is the current statistics of the job market. Is like we have 66% software engineers. We have almost 20% data analysts, 10% data engineers. Data scientists are almost 4% right now. Machine learning engineer, it's still 1%, and artificial intelligence engineer, these are just 0.5% in the overall job market. So let's uh, let's try to understand what are these different data science jobs and how they are related with each other. So let's take a case study. I'll try to go answer the differences based upon one case study. So a manager comes and asks you is like, hey, what will be the percentage increase of the in revenue for the AT&T in next 5 years? So say this is a rough problem statement where you have to give the percentage profit increase of AT&T users in next 5 years. So the first logical approach to this will be, what should be the data set which I use? So the main part of data engineer is like, they go and search if if I have to if I have to predict what will be the profit in next 5 years, then I need to first analyze what are their profits in say last 10 years or 15 years or 20 years. So based upon that, I'm going to create a model which will predict how it will look like after 5 years or 10 years. It's similar like intuitions, but intuitions are based upon like specific human brain. Here we use data as a legitimate source so that we can predict the upcoming or their relations. So what data engineers will do is like they'll collect all the data from all different states, like all 50 states, and they will have that data. Then they will that data may consist of say a person's name, age, income, then their gender, probably their education, like all different information which you could have about that person uh, uh, being an AT&T user of that particular state. So they will try to collect all those data, and there will be definitely some missing entries there. So they will try to again refine, transform that data and clean it, and then store it in some SQL databases. So this is the main work of data engineer, is like based upon the business cases, they will try to analyze what is the more useful data which will be useful for that business case. So they will try to gather that data, they will try to clean it, and they will store it. So for that, uh, constructing a data pipeline is their main work. Doing the ETL processes, which is like extract, is like you take the data, extract, then you transform it, you clean it, and then you load it, and then you store it. So ETL process is one of their main work which they do. For that, they need to have these ETL process SQL databases, and say the platform which they are going to use to store data. They should need to know the basic understanding of those tools. So see, once our data engineers have stored the data into the database, then what is the next thing? The next thing is we need to analyze whatever what that data actually means. So trying to get the hypothesis from that clean data is the work of data analyst. So what data analysts will usually do is like they'll say, okay, in say New York, we have 23% students who are using AT&T. Then they will have another hypothesis, which may say is like maybe 45% of the women with the age with the age above 20 years are AT&T users, or maybe they have some salaries or some salary bracket. So they will try to understand what that data actually means. So whatever data we have, like billions of entries, say gigabytes of data. So what is the hypothesis? So in a rough way, you should be able to tell what it actually means. So that is doing the analysis of that data and driving the hypothesis based upon that data is the main work of data analyst. So once I have different hypotheses with me, so for that, they needs to know the SQL, some visualization tools, so they can have the hypothesis ready with them. These are the main expertise area which they needs to have. They're supposed to have. So once my hypotheses are ready, let's say the students in New Jersey have like say 23% of 23% of the users are students in New Jersey. So if I have this as a hypothesis, then I'm going to create a model that, based upon this hypothesis, how it will look after 5 years or after 10 years. So for that hypothesis, I have to make a model and train a model, and which will give me prediction based upon that hypothesis. So like as data engineers, they took all the useful data which they needs to have, they clean it, they store it. Data analysts try to analyze it, and then they had their different hypotheses. The work of data scientist is creating a model based upon those different hypotheses, and how will it look like after 5 years or 10 years. So data scientists will make those different models based upon those different hypotheses. So now we have different models for us based upon whatever observations we see, and there are different predictions. So the skills for these is like you need to have understanding of machine learning models. You need to know like maths, data visualizations, because these are all interrelated work. So once our data scientists have made a different hypothesis, now comes the machine learning engineers into the picture. So so um, now our main business statement was what will be the profit of AT&T users will look like in say after 5 years. So okay, I have different models which are giving me predictions about say the income of women in say Texas will increase by this, who are AT&T users. The income of students or the students rate will increase this much and after 5 years. So all the hypotheses, we have their individual models ready with us. Now we have to just sit down and think what is our actual problem statement. So then we have to think what are the useful hypotheses which we should use. So machine learning engineers will try to have the bigger picture. So once they have how things will look like after 5 years, they will try to take all those models, not all, like whatever are needed. They will try to have different combinations, put different weights there, and they will try to construct in a creative ways like it should support your business need. It should give you the more accurate prediction of how the percentage profit look like after 5 years. So they will do all those different combinations there, and then there might be a point where they may find that but we don't have sufficient data of say Colorado. So we need to have Colorado is an important state. We need to have its data and its models with us. So if at any stage they realize that we need this hypothesis, but that model is not constructed, or that data is not sufficient, so that model was not built yet. So they will ask data engineers to collect that specific model, specific data, my bad, specific data. Then data analysts will do the analysis. They will try to get that hypothesis, and then data scientists will do the modeling and give us the model which will show us how it will look like after 5 years. So all these things will keep going. All these things will keep going. They needs to be in a pipeline. So that's why we need an end-to-end machine learning pipeline where whenever we have any changes or anything which we need to update, it should be done in an easy way. So the another main work of machine learning engineer is MLOps, which is constructing that end-to-end machine learning pipeline where if we need to do any if we need to add some model or uh, do some research work, it should be done in an easy way. So this is that's how data engineers, data analysts, data scientists, machine learning engineer are interconnected with each other. And another aspect of machine learning engineer job role is they need to be able. Okay, we have constructed a model which is giving me the prediction of how the percentage increase of in profit of AT&T look like. But what if I have to see how it will look like after 10 years, or maybe how it will look like after 1 year? Then we don't have to again go back and construct all these things. If we have end-to-end machine learning pipeline, we can literally uh, change the models. Like at data scientist level, we can just have the predictions by tweaking some things to 1 year, and then we can just have it. We can have that tweaking there, and we can have our own business need, which the answer to our own business need. So this is overall the work of a machine learning engineer. And I'm currently working as a machine learning engineer, so it's fun. There are cool challenges associated with it, but you learn continuously. You need to know different cloud platforms. You need to know how different machine learning frameworks like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and nowadays you also needs to have a creativity, a logical understanding of what is your actual business case and where are you right now, how you can make it more optimized, how you can optimize the solution, and like have your business have your output as much close to your expectations. So this is the overall expectations of a machine learning engineer. Then comes the AI engineers. So as I mentioned, is like machine learning is just a small part of AI, artificial intelligence. So the similar work which machine learning engineer does is optimize the models, have end-to-end machine learning pipelines, or try to make a one single model, which is combination of probably couple of models, which is giving you the output of whatever you need, whatever is your business case. So AI engineers comes into the picture where you have to do more research. So there are algorithms, but what if you are unable to solve some particular business problem? For that, you need to have different way of logical thinking, different way of mathematical modeling. So thinking about those aspects, having your the way we had like TensorFlow, the way we had like deep learning models, neural network architectures, the transformers architecture. The similar way, if we could design some different new models, that is more a work of an AI engineer, which overlaps with some part of machine learning engineer. But it varies with domain to domain. Say in robotics, health, in healthcare system, in finance system, they do have different works. But AI engineer work is almost 70% machine learning engineer work, and say more about creativity and research oriented work. So this is the overall overview of the data science jobs which we keep listening. So I hope I am able to give you some basic understanding and the differences of these specific jobs and what they are supposed to do. Now let's come to a like overall, like we all know is like what will be the applications of AI. We could have it everywhere, but some of them is like say having a personal assistant, which we have seen in like Siri or Alexa or Google Assistant. Then in healthcare, diagnosis of cancer or doing DNA mapping or having protein synthesis. So it's for new drug discovery, which is uh, uh, so I think I want to add one point here is um, technological evolution is doesn't go just in one area. So if we have technological evolution, we try to use it in every aspect of our life. So in healthcare domain, so we try to have more innovations there. Based upon those new innovations, we again come back and have new technological innovations. So these are all things interlinked with each other. So similar way, transportations, entertainment. So we have applications of AI everywhere we could have. So if we have, say, on Amazon Prime or Netflix, we have we get some recommendations. How do they recommend you? You should watch this movie. They do it based upon seeing our own historical data, which like what kind of movies we have seen. Then there is a recommendation model which tries to understand, okay, this is the pattern, and then based upon that they try to recommend us some new movies. So this is just understanding data, and then predicting or suggesting. So this is a basic form of AI application. Now, what are the advantages of AI? It's like definitely, we humans have um, like we human the task where human intelligence is involved, uh, we have some limitations to analyze big data set, or uh, even in problem solving or in decision making. uh, uh, Human brain has infinite potential, but the they say we only use 2 or 3% of human brain. So based upon that, we have some physical limitations, and everyone is trying to explore in their own ways. So what is the advantage of AI? Is like if I have to analyze, say, last 50 years of stock market of prices, or if I have to analyze, say, how different DNA mapping. If a single person has to do that thing, it's gonna take a lot of time, and definitely we need to have some genius like Einstein who will understand these things and maybe develop some new laws or develop some new proteins. But uh, but with the technology of using these AI, it's possible for any normal person like us that we could just train the model. We could have that data set. We could use the proper model. We could train it, and then we could see how those things looks like, because it's easy to do that thing. So whatever understanding or mapping or compute, we are gonna do it in our own brain. We could ask model to do those things for us. So the advantages of AI is like its efficiency. So it can perform tasks faster and more accurately than humans. Then definitely it's available 24 by 7. And then um, it's sometimes we just get bored by doing, say, uh, monotonous tasks. But AI just can do it for us for a longer time. So we don't have to even worry about it will lose its efficiency because it's doing that monotonous task. So it will just keep doing it with its own efficiency. So these are some advantages of AI. Definitely there are some more, but I try to have these main things here. So there are some challenges and risks associated with AI users. So first one is ethical issues. So we do have AI as a model with us, or technology with us, but uh, it will do whatever we ask it to do. But the ethical issues comes is like it cannot decide what it has to do by itself. So the developer and his own ethics are the main aspects here. So whenever uh, we are gonna use AI, then we need to use it for the betterment of humans, or we should not use it for any illegal stuff. So that's up to us. Then definitely a model is always good, but garbage in, garbage out, they say. So definitely, if I am giving my data which is biased, or which is not that clean, or then definitely the output which I'm gonna get is not gonna be fair enough. So we need to make sure that we are giving unbiased data, which is like we are giving fair data to get a fair output or fair predictions there. And again, the use we should use it for our own like good purposes. Then the future of AI. So definitely its applications is not limited to just healthcare. It is limited. The machine learning is a tool set, but it can be applicable to all different domains. So we do have finance, education, healthcare, same, uh, like marketing, every aspect of industry we could have the AI involved with this. Definitely we need to have a fair and transparent use of AI, and like automatic cars, the robots, these the way we see in sci-fi movies. So there might be a future like us, which may be possible, that we may have those robots doing all our work, and we don't even have to do those things by ourselves. So that is not too far, but definitely there are so much level of technical evolutions which needs to be done. So we are all uh, trying to do um, push our boundaries. So uh, uh, it's the future of AI. Is like you try to apply these models, these concepts, this logical mathematical modeling, but there are limitations to different business cases. So we try to figure out what is the alternative way that may lead to a new discovery. Then again, we try to push those boundaries, and that's where we are all adapting and evolving AI in a technical aspect. So, as a conclusion, with this webinar, I try to focus on what actually, in a layman language, what AI means. What are its different pillars, which is AI, ML, deep learning, generative AI, and then what are the different jobs like data engineers, data analysts, data scientists, machine learning engineers, AI engineers, how they, what are their jobs, and what are their logical interpretations to solve any business problem, and how they collaborated with each other, and their work is very necessary and interdependable with each other. So definitely understanding this AI, these fundamentals is very important so that whenever we go ahead and learn more deeper about any specific domain, say machine learning or deep learning, it's very easy. It will be very easy when we understand its data, its mathematical aspect, why it was needed, and then how it is getting used. So, uh, uh, and that's overall about this. Like webinar. So if you have any questions and answer, feel free to ask. Probably unmute yourself or stop it in chats. I'll try to answer them. Uh, uh, Over to you, Julia, now.
Thank you so much, Lena. It was a great presentation. I love how you summarize it all and showed us the importance of AI technologies, how it's going to affect our future, and how important it is for us to get the skill set now, so we wouldn't miss out what the future holds. And it's always great to be prepared and not to be surprised with unexpected things which are coming, and we know that our future without AI is impossible anymore. So you might just get a knowledge of it right now. So I want to see if anyone has a question to Lena. Please post it in the chat, and we would love to answer it. If you got any questions considering this, just let us know. And I also wanted to thank everyone who is with us today. And I know for the last 4 days, I had different experts and they all had a different overview. They shared different parts of our machine learning engineer career. And so I hope you learned something new. And I do have the question from Suyat. Please forgive me if I didn't pronounce it correctly. So when I need to start the course and what's included, also the fees. Yeah, I'm gonna get into it in few minutes, and let me just give you the overview and continue with our slides. And if you can think of something you would like to ask Lena, just post it in the chat. I would love to help you to ask her a question. So who can become a machine learning engineer? From what I am understanding and reading and hearing is that it's anyone who has a desire to learn, and it's not something you can learn overnight. I know that we used to live in this society of microwave where everyone wants to instantly become wealthy and successful, but it doesn't work like this. You got to put effort in it. And that's why we created a 6 month program, which will allow you to learn and have knowledge and skill set. And so we design a system which helps our students. As I mentioned earlier, we have over 3,500 students who we helped successfully to become a IT specialists in different parts of it, and they all work in US successfully right now. So for machine learning engineer career, we created a 6 month program. We realized that you can't learn it in like 2 or 3 months. It has to be a systematic understanding. That's why we have different experts who will help you to do so. And I just want to put a fact that the machine learning engineers, there's average income is about 162,000 a year, but you're starting on average from 110,000, and there is a room to grow. So you invest in 6 months into learning, getting the skill set. We help you with your resume, internship, and our students that they don't just have theory. We created a program where you have a lot of practical applications of what you're learning, and that's why by the time you get the job, you don't just pass the interview and you got the job. You know how to keep this job, which is a very important factor, and I'm sure Lena would confirm that because she works in the industry. And so that's just statistics from Indeed, 161,000 on average. That's what machine learning engineers are making. And so it's a great career path considering that you can get a skill set in 6 months, and it's a great opportunity. You don't have to spend 5 years getting your master's degree. You can just get the skill set, get the job, and there's always room to grow. And some of our students are making over $250,000. If you keep learning and keep growing in your knowledge. You will learn different algorithms, different techniques, different models, and we do have a full curriculum who we usually send to our students. But what's included? It's internship, resume building, interview preparation, and I know that we do have different time zones in different states, so that's why we are recording all our live sessions. And if it's later evening for you, you can always rewatch it. And what makes our program different and our school is that we create small groups of students. So no more than 15 students in the classroom with one instructor, and each student has enough attention and explanation. All your questions get answered. It's not like a lecture with over 100 students where you got to figure things by your own. And that's very important. I see that I got, where can we watch the previous webinars? Mary, great question. So we've been sending the recording of each webinar to your emails for everyone who registered. So if you didn't see it, just check your spam folder, or you can just request it by responding to the email with invitation which you received. Also on our YouTube channel, everything is going to be available. We did had 5 lessons with different experts, and we recorded everything so you would be able to, to connect with us and rewatch what you missed, because I was trying in this 4 lessons to give you an overview of what is machine learning engineering, so you would have a bigger picture, so you would understand different aspects of it. And that's why it's a 6 month program. It's not 3 months program, because we build foundation, we include internship, we'll let you complete few projects where you apply what you learn. And then by the time you completed the program, you feel confident and you have enough knowledge to actually do the job of a machine learning engineer. Let me move with my slides. So we are starting our program on August 6th. You don't have to wait 2 or 3 months to get started. We're starting this month, and the classes are 3 times a week. It's 1 hour per class. We also include internship, and we help you with your interview preparation, career coaching, pretty much everything you need to be successful in this career. The classes are Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, Saturday, 10 a.m. Again, if you missed it, recordings are available. And because the group is so small, we do our classes in Zoom. If you even watch the recording, you have communication with the instructor and you are able to get your answers to get your questions answered. Do you offer scholarships? We don't offer scholarships. We believe in the power of investment in yourself. And me personally, I've been investing in my education and into mentorship programs for a long time, and I am where I am because of that. I'm able to have the lifestyle which I could dream of, and I have an ability to invest into things which I'm interested in. And I think that's important to invest in yourself. And with this program, you invest in yourself, and then your return is pretty quick because, as I showed you, the average salary is $160,000 a year. So the investment in our program, let me show you the training program curriculum we will be able to send you all. But I want to show you, as I promised to everyone who stands till the end, we did prepare a special offer. And so you can join this program for 5,999. Usually this program ranges from anywhere from 6,500 to over $15,000 per this program. And it's there's no way you would get a chance to be in a smaller group with that type of attention we're given to each student, because your success is our success, and we're even more interested in helping you to succeed than you are yourself. But if you put enough effort into learning, you show up. If you missed it, you watch the recording, you ask questions, your chances of succeed 100%. Because we make sure that you get the knowledge which is necessary, and investment in yourself is very important. So you invest in $6,000, and then once you get the job, your ROI is less than few months because of the demand which is on the market right now. And if you remember the slide with the statistics I showed in the beginning, the industry by 2030 is going to be over $200 billion. So if you get prepared, get the skill set, then by the 2030, you already could be making much more uh, than where you get started. So I want to encourage you, do not miss it. I have another question from Mary. Can you speak more about internship and project which students can mention in the resume? So as I mentioned before, we were founded in 2016. So we do have partnership with different companies. So our students have an opportunity to participate in different projects with different companies. And those are real-time projects. It's not just your homework where you just do something and it wasn't implemented. So that allows us to give our students opportunity to actually participate in the real-time projects where you apply the knowledge which you received during our program. And I think that's very important because there are so many boot camps and programs out there. I mean, you name it. But I always do due diligence because it's important that you wouldn't just get theory, but you would have practical application of what you're learning. And that's what allows our students to be successful. And the difference between successful people and not successful is that successful people, they take action. And the fact that you stayed with us till the end, and it shows me that you're serious about your future. You're serious about creating the lifestyle which you deserve. And I believe that you are an action taker, and you're not just going to be dreaming and thinking about making the decision to change your future and get the skill set. Because think about, if you get started right now in August, in 6 months, you would already have a career which is in a high demand on the market. And if you miss it right now, 6 months down the road, you're going to be in the same position. We're living in a times where there are a lot of challenges, prices only going up. So you got to create a stream of income where you have stability, where you have flexibility. You can work from anywhere in the world and generate a pretty good amount of income so you could uh, achieve your dreams and have power to invest into something what makes you happy. And so that's why we created this program, we created this opportunity, and I hope you would miss it and take action. So I want you to take a screenshot of this QR code, leave your information. This price is available for everyone who joined our webinar, and we're going to make this offer available till Monday. So if you do need some payment arrangements, please fill this up so we could discuss different options. And or if you're ready to join us, don't miss it now. And I also got a few more questions I would like to answer. Suyet's asking, how long is the course? So the course is 6 months long. Do you give a link for the available jobs? We do have partnerships with different companies, and we do have opportunity to pick up best of our students and give them some of the opportunities. But as I showed you, if you go to Indeed, it's the main source of job search right now in US. So you can see that this profession as a machine learning engineer is in a high demand. So because we help you with your resume, mock interview, you'll have internship completed. Our students have a very high chance of getting the job. And because of the demand on the market, our students are getting the job within like 2 or 3 months. Mary, do you know what is the current job market state is like for ML and OI jobs so we can get after the course? The current job market state. I don't quite understand what you mean by saying that, Mary, if you can clarify that. But I know that the market is blooming and the statistics are that it's only going to get bigger. So in 2022, the industry growth from 8 billion to 20 billion dollars. And so then more AI is developing, then high demand is on machine learning engineers. And we could see that people can't even live without AI anymore. I mean, for QA, it's not good in good shape right now. Yeah, quality assurance. I mean, few years ago it was great, but after Google fired a lot of their employees, the market of QA got over. I mean, I would say it's just flooded with high quality Google specialists. But I know that Google and other big companies, they are investing in AI. And in the beginning, I even showed you that 76% of companies, they have AI strategy in their development. And so more and more specialists are going to be from like machine learning engineers. And that's why this is such a hot topic. We created this course because the demand is getting higher and higher. And so it's great that if you have background in it, that's awesome. But there is a time on the market to go to the next level. And machine learning engineering, that's what a very, very hot topic right now. And it's the perfect timing to get that skill set. Then earlier you can get it, then better and faster you can monetize on it. So like I see that more and more people are getting into industry. And I would encourage all of you to take action. Do not miss this opportunity. Scan this QR code. If you have questions about payment, let me know how we can help you to get started. We're starting the new group on August 6th. This price is available till Monday. And if you have any other questions, let me know. And I want to say thank you to everyone who stayed with us. If for some reason you missed the beginning, we will be sending you the recording of this webinar tomorrow so you can rewatch it. If you know someone who could benefit from it, share the recording. We do have a great referral program as well. We always have been grateful for referrals. And so just take action today. Be successful. You deserve to live the lifestyle of your dreams. And that just happens to be a great vehicle to achieve that goal. And I want to thank you, everyone, to stay with us tonight. And I hope you enjoy your weekend and make a quality decision. If you need to watch the recordings of previous webinars, we send them all to you. Or if you missed any of them, you can't find it. You can also use this. QR code to leave your information, and we will be able to resend it to you because we did had different experts. So some of them gave you more theoretical knowledge. Some of them they shared more mathematical knowledge. But I wanted you to have a bigger picture of where market is going and with the challenges and what time of the history we're living. You've got to have a plan, concrete plan, which will help you to live the lifestyle which you deserve. And so I want to thank you again, and I hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you for being with us, and do not miss this opportunity. So we are starting on August 6th, and course is 6 months, 3 times a week, 1 hour per each class. And we include mentorship sessions, mock interviews, interview coaching, resume building, and all your projects are going to towards your job experience, which is very important. If you missed any of the class, live classes, recordings are available. So I can't wait to hear your success story. And thank you, everyone who've been with us. And I hope I will be able to see you in next webinar. Maybe we will be recording your success story. So don't miss this opportunity. Join us and have a wonderful evening. Again, thank you for being with us. And if you have any questions, let us know how we can help you out to achieve your dreams and become a machine learning engineer. So we'll see you. We'll see you in our bootcamp program. Thank you, everyone.